Hey there, this is Straight Talk, no sugar added. Life topics the way I see them. I'm your host, Nina Perez. I am here to challenge and transform your thinking. No excuses. Let's do this. Hey there, thank you so much for joining me. Today I wanted to talk about integrity. Ooh. So what is integrity anyway? I looked it up, and it's a quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, and a state of being whole and undivided. So in short, it's doing the right thing even when no one is looking. So my question is, do you have integrity? And do you often give it up to please others or make somebody else happy or make their life easy or make your life easy? It's so easy sometimes to give up our integrity. I think we lose our integrity for so many things. We do it when people come against us and we decide to get even, right? So now we're not even thinking about doing the right thing. We just want to get even. We also do it when we shouldn't be doing something, but we convince ourselves it's just this once. I mean, it's not so bad. I'll get through it quickly, right? So now we know we're not supposed to be doing that thing, but we just convince ourselves that it's okay. How about when we know someone is not good for us, but we still stay and we settle and we lower our standards and we lower everything that we believe in and what we think is the right thing because we want to keep the peace or because we don't want to be alone or because we just want to be with that person. You know, we lose our integrity that way too, because I believe you lose integrity to yourself when you do that. You're lowering your standards and you're saying, it's okay. I'll just do this for now. That's not good, guys. So when we think we're telling a little small white lie and a little small white lie won't hurt, that's another way to lose your integrity because, guys, guess what? A lie? It's a lie. How about when we don't do our jobs to the best of our abilities, right? So we know that we're getting paid to do a certain type of work and to work for this company or even for ourselves. Some people own their own businesses, right? When we don't do our jobs to the best of our abilities, we are lowering our standards and therefore losing our integrity for that work. How about when we treat others as if they're not worth anything? Wow, that's a big one, right? How many times have you walked by someone and already judged them on their hair color or their hairstyle or their clothing or how they were behaving or the place that they grew up in? That kind of stuff. I think we've all done that. How about when we manipulate people to get our way? How about that? Yeah, that's a big one, right? I mean, we usually will kiss up to our bosses if we need something done the way we think it should be done. We will manipulate our spouses if we want to get something from them, whether it's finances, sex, we want to go out with the girls or whatever. We want to go hang out with the fellas. Whatever it is, we manipulate to get our way. How about tell people what they want to hear, even if it's not true? So now you're not being honest, right? Which is part of being a person of integrity. And that is a fail, guys, on integrity. If you're not honest and you can't be truthful and you can't have integrity with yourself, you lose your integrity, right? You lose your integrity. So what is integrity again? It's doing the right thing even when no one is looking. And that's doing the right thing for yourself too. I do try and live my life with integrity. Man, do I try. I do it because I want to. I mean, I have definitely lived the other way, with gossiping and lying and manipulating to get my way. I've done it all. I've got nothing to show for it. So many, many, many moons ago, especially when I became a Christian, my conscience just wouldn't let me. I decided to build on my integrity. I couldn't do it. So we can't be worried about what others choose to do, right? I mean, we are only responsible and accountable for what we choose to do. Once someone lies to me, I don't know if you guys are like this, It is super hard for me to not question everything they say. I hate that. I hate having to question everything people say because they've been caught out in a lie before. I always try to say, well, people deserve second chances and, maybe they made a mistake. But for some reason, I just get that voice in the back of my head that just does not let me trust what they say now. I don't like being in relationships with liars. I don't. I don't like working with liars. I don't like hearing lies, any of it. It just irritates me. Some people, Christians and non-Christians, just lie to lie. I mean, I think it's worse when you say that you're a Christian and then you lie, because now you're a liar and a hypocrite. I mean, people expect one thing from you and boom, it gets blown up in their face when your true colors come out and you are not an honest person. I just think that when we say we're Christians, there's an expectation that comes out that says, oh, they're a Christian. Maybe they are a person that's telling the truth. Maybe they're a person that's living with integrity. And maybe we can work together. Maybe we can socialize together. Maybe we can become friends. And then boom, not. That is hurtful and it's wrong. That's why I just choose to live my life with integrity, right? I mean, people have talked about me. I know it. I've heard it. I need to be okay with me and I need to keep my integrity. People cannot build me up, right? Or people cannot build my bridge of integrity. That's my bridge. I need to build that. In 1 Peter, it says that keep your conscience clear. It says that if people speak against you, that they will be ashamed when they see what a good life you live because you belong to Christ. Goes back to my Christian comment earlier. When people speak against me, I want them to be ashamed because I do try to live a good life and I am a person of integrity and I treat people fairly and I don't go around bashing people either. So if they're talking about me, I hope that they are ashamed of themselves for doing it because it's not right. So how did I go about this? How did I go about building integrity and maintaining it? How did I do that? The first thing I do, which I always love to do because it's super fun, is examining myself. When we are going through becoming a person of integrity, I mean, for me anyway, I had a lot of excuses. So I cannot make excuses or blame anybody for their shortcomings or for my shortcomings. I had to sit up and face it. I had to examine myself and it was painful because I had to admit that I was yucky and that I was a liar and that I was manipulative. And I didn't like that at all. Not at all. And you have to admit things about yourself that you might not like, things that you might be ashamed of, or that you have been secretly hiding for so long that you don't even know it's there. For me, I let God show me that I have to be honest and he shows me and I have to confront it. Integrity with me starts with me and with God alone. That's just me. For you, it may be through meditation, maybe through some therapy, maybe writing things down, but just do it. So the first thing we're going to do is get to examining ourselves. Fun, fun, fun. The second thing you're going to do is develop morals. Morals, what's that? It's the ability to do what's right. It's the ability to know that you have to do what is right. Right? It's the character. It's your character. And it's in accord with principles and standards of the right conduct. It's you behaving appropriately. Morals, everybody has them. Some people are lower and some people are higher, right? If we would become people of integrity, we must develop the proper morals, right? For me, it is to reveal His word and reinforce it in my life with the Holy Spirit. That is me, to reveal it with His word and then reinforce it with the Holy Spirit. For you, it could be morals that you were taught with your upbringing, hopefully good ones. Feelings, you know something is wrong, it's wrong. If you know something is right and it's not hurting anyone, it's right. Maybe it's your mindset. Maybe you have a positive mindset and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to feed the hungry. I'm going to go and help people that are in need. I'm not going to bash anybody. I am not going to sit here and gossip and things like that, right? Those are good mindsets. So develop morals. All right? The ability to know and do what is right. The next thing is I have high standards. I mean, if you are to become a person of integrity, you must have high standards and not just yield to what the world feeds you. I mean, there's so much crap out there that I don't even know how we know what's right and wrong. Don't lower your standards. Make everyone come up to your standards. Have high standards. Have high standards. If somebody is just treating you poorly and they don't even dare to come up to your standards because they don't want to or because they don't see your standards as being good, goodbye. Because you're not lowering my integrity, and I am definitely not going to be lowering my standards. Be humble, guys. We cannot go around pretending to be someone we are not. A truly humble person is a realistic person. But let me tell you what else. You are teachable. You are a teachable person when you are humble. You're not going to think you know it all. If you think you know it all, you need to check yourself because you're definitely not humble. And the last thing is accountability, right? The accountability just kind of involves the willingness to open yourself up and share sensitive and personal information with people. Maybe not everyone. Of course, you can't trust everyone. But hopefully you have a good spouse or a really good friend that you can talk to and be accountable to. Man, listen, I messed up. This is what I did, XYZ. For me, I do this a lot with God. Me and God do this a lot. And then, of course, I have to go then say to my husband, so, dude, this is what happened. He's so good to me, though. My husband is so good to me. He just listens to me and then he goes, yup, you're wrong. So if you know that you are putting your integrity at risk, then ask yourself why. Why am I not a person of full integrity? Or why am I putting my integrity at risk? Why am I lowering my standards? Why am I doing that? I mean, it is so much better to live in a space of authenticity and peace than in turmoil and distress and fear and anger and frustration, because all of that comes with losing your integrity. I mean, you do get frustrated and angry, and it's just like not a good place to be. So I hope that you will go and examine yourself this week. Look at your morals and say, okay, where's my gauge on my morals? I have some good ones, but I maybe not have a lot of good ones I have to deal with. Raise your standards. If your morals are good and you've examined yourself and you're pulling out all of the nasty thorns that are in you, raise your standards. Don't lower your standards beneath what you would ever want to live. Be humble, guys. That's like a big one, right? So a lot of us think we are just good at everything. And then there's always somebody out there who's better, but you can't even admit it. So then anger comes out and then you start bashing that person. And there you go, losing your integrity again. And just be accountable to yourself. For me, it's God. But be accountable. Be accountable to somebody that you can trust, somebody that you love, and somebody that loves you. Okay? So be a person of integrity. And if you're not, ask yourself why. That is super important. So I cannot wait to hear some feedback about how you examined yourself, how you developed your morals, how you have high standards now, you know, how you looked at yourself and said, wow, I can really truly humble myself in this area, and how you became accountable. I can't wait. This is Nina Perez at Straight Talk, No Sugar Added.